Hello and welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're going to be going over the mistakes that you should not be making when selling your AI chatbot. So, if you don't already know, I am an owner of an AI automation agency, and I don't have a ton of experience owning that agency. So this channel is based on you guys coming along the ride while I build and scale my agency, but I do have a lot of experience in sales, marketing, that whole thing. So I know kind of the sales process pretty well, and I've just adapted it to selling AI chatbots. So if you're an AI automation agency owner, you probably are selling chatbots. I think probably like 90% of them are selling chatbots. It's a great way to get your foot in the door. So we're going to be going over the mistakes that you should not be making. First, you're not looking to solve your prospects' problems. I wrote prospects' clients, but that's supposed to be prospects' problems. So these are the things that you need to think about before a call and while you're on the call. Why does your client need this chatbot? You're not just selling it for you to sell it. They need to have a problem that this chatbot could solve. So if you're doing a customer support chatbot, if they are dealing 90% of the time with customer support and that limits them able to grow their business, make more sales, take vacation time, if every single day they're just swamped with work, have zero time, not even time for lunch, that's a problem that they have. That's a company that could use a customer support chatbot. If you're selling them a customer support chatbot and they don't have any they do 30 minutes of customer service a day, then they don't need that. So you need to make sure that you understand why they would need this AI chatbot. And you could do that by asking them questions, either on the sales call or if you cold call, however you do that. Figure out a problem that they will have, and you need to get them to say, I have this problem, before you start selling them this. How do you know? Again, you should ask them. That's how you would find out, whether it's on your sales call, in an email, if you're emailing back and forth, DMs, however it is that you're talking to them. You need to get them to say they have a problem first before you just start pitching them your service or your chatbot. You don't get them on so I want that. You want to figure out their pain points. That's what the sales call is for, and then solve them. That's the baseline of sales. So move me over here. So you don't know what your prospect wants. This goes hand in hand with the other one, except it's a little different. So in that first slide, it was about the pain points. In this one, it's more about the end goal, what they call the dream state, or maybe the wants, the desire. However you say it. Don't assume what they want. Don't think that they just want to grow their business, or that they just want free time, or they just want time to travel. They each have, it's probably one of those, but each person has their own desires. So you need to figure out what it is that they want, and that's how you frame your chatbot. So they're going to want something. Most likely it's that they want to grow their business, or they want to work less. Those two are most likely one of the desires of them. So figure out which one it is, because if they don't really want to grow their business, they just want to work less and enjoy their free time, then saying you're going to be able to scale your business, they're just going to think it's going to be more work. That's why you figure out first what they want, and then you frame it that way. If they want to work less and have more vacations, you tell them, well, this is going to take a huge load off of you, and you're going to be able to work less hours. If they want to grow their business, then you tell them, this is going to free up time so that you could spend your time on other things that can actually move the needle in your business. That's how you frame it. So it does the same thing. It's the same product, but you frame it differently depending on their pain point that they have and their desire that they have. They don't see the value because you're not showing them the value. You need to create the gap between your pain point or their pain point and their desire. Once you create that gap, then you connect them, and that's how you show them the value. So there's a whole value equation here, which we'll get into. But say right now they spend like 6 hours of their time on customer service, and then they want to work less. You make that, by asking them these questions, you get them to see that. And then you can even reiterate you want to work less, but you spend all this time on customer service. Well, this chatbot could take out 90% of your customer service. Boom. You see how that works? You ask them questions, you figure it out, and then you create the gap. So here's some of the common gaps that people would have. They say, I don't have the knowledge to do it myself, or the resources maybe. I want to do it faster. Man, a lot of typos on this thing, but it's fine. I want to follow a proven system. So those are 3 common gaps. So they can't do it themselves. It's going to take too long to do it themselves. They want a proven system to follow to make sure everything goes according to plan. They don't want to add more stress. They want some help. So create the gap, and then from their pain point to their dream state, there's going to be one of those things that are stopping them. They're more like roadblocks. The gap is between, your pain and your desire. But here are the roadblocks that are stopping them from doing it. So you kind of figure out which one of those it is, and then you exploit that. And that's, you don't exploit it. That's a bad word. You just use it to show them how you can provide them value. So this value equation over here, this is the dream outcome. This is what they want. The perceived likelihood of achievement. How likely is it that they're going to be able to achieve that dream outcome? How long is it going to take? How much effort and sacrifice is it going to take? So this kind of goes hand in hand with I don't have knowledge. If they don't have the knowledge, if they can't do it themselves, it's probably not going to happen. Time delay, I want to do it faster. Effort and sacrifice, I want to follow a proven system. And then your dream outcome. So the key is these top ones, you want to increase the dream outcome, increase the perceived likelihood of achievement. These bottom ones, you want to decrease. So that's another reason you ask them these questions and you figure out the gap and the roadblocks that they have. So if it's that they want to work less, but they don't think they're going to be able to for the next 10, 15 years, well, you show them that they can. They don't want to, what would be an effort or sacrifice for working less? I guess sacrifice their business, possibly. Maybe they think if they work less, then their business is going to suffer from it. You show them how your AI replaces them. It's simple. You're not focused on benefits. Super important. Features and benefits are different. A feature is something that is more about the product or service, something that the product or service has. The benefit is about the prospect and how it affects them. So you sell the benefits. People only care. This is what's in it for me, which means when people are on a sales call, they're thinking, what's in it for me? When they get a cold DM or an email, they think, what's in it for me? So you use this in sales and your cold outreach and things like that, but you also need to keep this in mind at all times when talking to people. Because if they're not going to see a benefit, they're just going to, go away. So that's why cold calls too, you need to start up front about how it benefits them. If they need to think about it too much and how it can help them, they won't see it. So the process, if you tell them a feature, then they think, okay, this is the feature. how does this benefit me? And it's a whole process of thinking about how it benefits them. If you just tell them the benefit, they just see the benefit of how it benefits them. They don't even have to think. And you don't want them to think. The less they think, the better. You're thinking for them. That's the point. You have to think for them. Because when they think, then they doubt, and it just creates a whole mess. So do the thinking for them. Give them the benefits straight up so they could see how it helps them. Don't tell them about the service. Tell them about how the service affects them and helps them. They don't relate. They need to relate to the problem. You could do this through stories, maybe case studies that you've had in the past, maybe examples, even if they're not stories or real life examples. You give them examples, but you have to make it relatable to them. So, use their niche. That's the easiest way. That's why people use niches, because if there's multiple real estate agents that are looking at your profile, let's say, and you have case studies and testimonials from other real estate agents, they could relate than if it was a completely different industry. And then make them see that they can use it and benefit from it. You got to show them that they're able to use it. They can't think that it's too difficult for them to use, that it's not right for them. You have to make them relate to the problem, the examples, and they will see how they can benefit from it. And you're not using a guarantee. Super important, especially when you're starting out. Use a guarantee. Full money back, 100% guarantee. People are naturally risk adverse. They do whatever they can to avoid risk. So you have to take on the risk. It's unfortunate, but that's how it goes. So they would rather not take the leap of faith for the potential benefits, and they would rather limit their losses. So there's an example of, they did a study where people were given $5 up front, and then they had to do a task, and if they didn't do the task, they would lose $1. And then other people were given $0 up front, and then they would gain $1 for every task. And the people were way more willing to do the task if you took away their money, rather than if they had the potential to earn their money, because they already see it's theirs and they don't want to lose it. So they rather stay in the same place. They rather cut their losses than take a risk, even if it has huge upside. So you have to take the risk. Take the risk on your end by giving them the time, the value, the chatbot, and if they end up wanting their money back, they get their money back. So I know a lot of people think, well, what if they like it and they use it and then they ask for their money back and then they keep it? It's possible, but that is not that probable. Most people, especially business owners, would, if they like it, they're gonna keep it, and they're not gonna ask for their money back because they're gonna see the value in it. So, and it's better to keep that relationship too for them, because if they ever run into a problem, then they could, ask you to fix it. Whereas, obviously, if they steal your money, it's not going to happen. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. Those are the mistakes. Make sure you don't make them. Should we go through again? Let's go through again. It's a good idea. So, you're not looking to solve your prospects' clients. Didn't mean that again. Prospects' problems. So, keep that in your mind. Every time you're on a sales call, you're there to solve their problem. You're not there to sell. So, if they ask you something like, how do you know that you could help me? When you're on the sales call in the beginning, tell them, well, I don't know that I could help you. That's why we're on this call, so I could see if I could help you. If at the end of the call I can't, then I'm going to tell you. And if at the end of the call I can, then we'll see what happens. You don't know what they want. Get down to their deepest desire in the business world. What is it exactly that they want? How can your AI chatbot help their business? Is it they want to vacation more? Is it they want to take time off to spend with their family? Is it they want to grow their business? They want to start other businesses? Figure that out. Then later on in the call, you're going to be able to go back to that and use it. They don't see the value. Create the gap. It's one of these. And then, again, you could use it later on in the call. You could say, well, you said you wanted this. Right now you're dealing with this. And you said you don't have the knowledge to fix that problem. Well, I'm giving you a solution right here. That's how you do it. Be benefit focused. Don't tell them the features, tell them the benefits. Tell them how the feature affects them. Don't make it about your service or your product. Make it about your client. They don't relate. Use stories that relate. Use case studies. Stick in the same niche. Talk about how they will benefit from your product or service, and use a guarantee. Take the risk on your end. Money back guarantee. 100% money back guarantee. No risk on their end. You might end up getting scammed a little bit. It's unlikely, but it's possible. It's fine. You should always be bringing in more clients. Not everyone's going to do that. So follow me on Instagram. I would greatly appreciate it. DM me if you have any questions. DM me if you want to talk. I'm always open to networking, connecting with cool people that are, on the same mission as me. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching. Like the video, please, if you liked it. And leave a comment too. I love reading the comments. The comments are the best part. Even if you don't like it, I'd honestly probably rather that you comment. So, yeah, thank you everyone, and I'll talk to you next time.